Any decent comic has good road stories. That's the point of the road. You love being out there with everyone you are made to entertain.
Dude, he could have gone farther, man. It was like years, decades of my life. Just there, man. Just fucking, oh God, the road, yeah.
Just that frustration that comes with dealing with drunks. And, I once was in Reduso, Mexico. Native American Indians are on this side of the room, and cowboys are on the other side of the room. And I'm doing my act, and the cowboy goes, "An Indian thought it was funny. White man, you stupid." And a fight broke out. And I'm like, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? I was in Reduso, Mexico, at this comedy club, and how did I wind up here?
I went in this club. The club owner is a retired comic, you understand? He's retired. He got off the road to raise his kids. This is a club he's owned for over 25, 30 years. He stopped performing. His 18-year-old son is running sound. In honor of me, he's coming out of retirement. Okay, so there are 3 comics. The opener, the middle, me. I'm headlining. He just wants to bring me on. Such a big fan. He hasn't done comedy in 25 years. I would honor him by letting him bring me on. He did 51 minutes. I couldn't fucking believe it. He was taking questions. He was doing questions. He started explaining why he painted the room the way it was painted. Oh my God, I was just bleeding. I was bleeding in that dressing room. That was one gym. That was one little road gym.
I don't like writers. I don't like people with, no red M&Ms, no this, no that. And I played a gig once in Maine. It was a church. It was turned into a club. And the guy says, "We didn't get your writer." I said, "Look, show business is not that hard. People make it difficult. I don't need a writer. I don't need anything." He says, "You don't need anything?" I said, "No, I'm fine. I'll be fine. I don't need anything." So I get to the club and it's full. And I said to the guy, "Where's the mic?" "You said you didn't need anything." "Well, I need a mic." He said, "No, you said you didn't need anything." "Well, I need don't you have a mic?" He goes, "No, whatever people, we bring the sound system in for it." So I just want to, "How y'all doing? Good to see ya." "What? Good to see ya." And it was like a nightmare. I said, "Okay, from now on, adequate sound system, bottle of water, stool, thank you."
I played this club in Miami and they said, the whole time they were booking me, they're going, "We're moving." Again, you would honor us, David. You would honor us by closing the club down. We're gonna move it to a different location. It was in this big mall. So I get there, the mall's being torn down, it's being sold. The entire mall is boarded up, you understand? Boarded up, like with plywood all over. And they're at the top of this mall. And it closed like a third full. I'm like, dude, did you say you were moving or they're tearing the building down? He said, well, we've had a little trouble filling the place. I'm like, yeah, nobody wants to come in here. Again, it was another weekend of hell. It was just a weekend of hell. That was a long weekend. A lot of alcohol was consumed there. Yeah.
I was working at the Iowa State Police Association convention, and I was just a baby comic then, only been in the business a few years. But that's great. You get out there and you're working in a good group like that. It was at a domed ballroom in Moline or Davenport. I can't remember exactly, but it was a Hilton, and there was 1,000 officers and their wives there. And I'm in the back in my sport coat and slacks, with your hands clasped, just watching. It's a big room and a lot of people, and ready to walk up front. And to walk me up front, they gave me a state policeman, uniformed state policeman, and he was perfect. If you were going to cast someone, he looked like a Norman Rockwell drawing of he was huge in muscle, and in the shirt and the leather thing that comes across, and the boots, and I think the jodhpurs he's wearing, and he was great. Plus, where he's so strong, it's about 2.5, 3 feet from his chest to his back, but that's all muscle and bone. I'm standing there and he's standing next to me, and they start the the show, the evening, the head of the group comes up and says, all right, now, ladies and gentlemen, before we bring on our entertainer, as you know, last week, young Danny McFan was shot and killed in the line of duty. Now, he says this. It's a horrifying thing. And I'm just watching, and I heard this, and I turned to the trooper, and I just said, what is this? And the trooper leans down and says, we're going to have a little memorial service now. And I said, you know, I'm a comic. And he just said, shh. Now, they bring on the guy's partner, who breaks down. He can't finish his speech. He's crying. The guy was shot and killed. And so he kind of walks off the stage. They bring on his family, wife and kids. And his wife also kind of goes into a faint. They're going to accept an award with a check for some of the kids holding her. They're crying. They have to cart her off. They unfurled a portrait of the guy, the length of the arch, next to an American flag. Everyone stands and sings a hymn. And then, as if it had been scripted, the guy says, and now, here to make you laugh. And I'm in the back, and I think like any comic, and I think like any good comic, I wasn't freaked out, I didn't panic. I just said, I can't wait to tell the other guys about this.